Well, good morning, everybody. They're out in the virtual realm there. We are going to go ahead and get started this morning. A couple minutes late, but we're here. We thank you for being with us for yet another virtual event here at the Jacksonville Transportation Authority. I'm David Codden. I'm the Communications Director for the JTA. If you are able to, please mute your microphones and make sure your volume is up as we get going here today. I hope you and your friends and your family are doing well and staying healthy during this challenging time. We're certainly happy to have you here this morning as we kick off yet another JTAMobilityWorks project. Today we are here to celebrate the start of our University Boulevard and Merrill Road Roundabout project, which is going to get started in the Arlington neighborhood. Now, everyone here at the JTA certainly wishes we could have done this in person, but due to the current public health emergency, we felt this was in the best interest of us and our guests, and it really just gives a whole new meaning to the term social distancing for these virtual events. Now, a few months back, you may have joined us for our virtual ribbon cutting for the Kernan Boulevard roadway improvement project. We were so happy with how that turned out, so we figured why not try it with a groundbreaking ceremony. Now, if you miss any portion of this broadcast, we will have it posted immediately after to our JTA YouTube channel. Please make sure to like and subscribe there to see the latest episodes of JTA Making Moves and, quite frankly, all of our multimedia work. Just search for Jacksonville Transportation Authority on YouTube or on any of our social media channels. Of course, we ask that you please be patient with us this morning as we have any technical difficulties. And of course, you can do your part as well by making sure you're joining us with a strong internet connection and making sure your microphones are muted and that your volume is up. Now, before I continue, here at the Jacksonville Transportation Authority, we have a monthly safety message that we go over for any meetings in person or virtual. So for July, that message is, yes, safety is my business, especially true right now as we all continue to face the challenges of COVID-19 in our community. So this morning, you're going to hear from the chairman of the JTA Board of Directors, Mr. Kevin Holzendorf, JTA's Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Nathaniel Ford, City Council Member for District 1, Ms. Joyce Morgan, and Tim Cost, who's the president of Jacksonville University. We appreciate all of you being here with us this morning to share in this very good milestone for both the JTA and the Arlington neighborhood. Now, during a typical groundbreaking ceremony, you'd all be here in person and you could all sort of see this project site, but that's just not possible today. So what our multimedia team has done is put together a short video to show you. So let's take a quick look at what this project is and how it's going to improve this very busy intersection.
They are rare. Less than 400 anywhere in the world. And unless you've been to Europe, you've likely never seen one. But now, for the first time ever, JTA is bringing one to North America, to Jacksonville, in Arlington. The Turbo Roundabout is coming. And while its name implies speed, in the case of the roundabout, it actually means better efficiency at slower speeds.
We can take the same amount of traffic volume and move it through that area at a slower speed, but get the same amount of traffic through it, and therefore greatly improve the safety there at the main entrance of JU, which will be a nice focal point, solve a lot of safety issues, and do some incredible placemaking for the university and for the city itself.
Roundabouts have been in existence worldwide, including the US, for decades. But the Turbo Roundabout was born in the Netherlands more recently. The key design benefit of the Turbo version is preventing drivers from changing lanes, thus reducing the leading cause of roundabout crashes.
In key locations where you have multiple points coming together and a lot of traffic, a roundabout, once everyone is used to using it and using it properly, is actually a lot more efficient at moving vehicles through it. There's no stopped movement for a traffic light, so it can actually be a lot more efficient than a standard intersection, as well as a lot safer.
This is how it works. In a turbo roundabout, the inside lane geometry spirals to the outside. That, along with the addition of a small curb, about 2 to 3 inches in height, Placed between the lanes adds a physical element that prevents vehicles from changing lanes within the roundabout, and that keeps everyone safer. The Turbo Roundabout will be constructed here at University and Merrill. It's the entrance to Jacksonville University. The hope here is that the Turbo Roundabout will not only slow down traffic, but prevent unintended gate crashes.
And they've had some issues with people literally crashing the gates unintentionally because it's a three-legged intersection with the entrance, the main entrance to JU as one of the through. If you don't make the left, you're going into JU, and that has happened at a high rate of speed. And so the university's interested in it, and we're interested in, and very excited to be able to bring the first one of these to North America.
The University Merrill Turbo Roundabout project is scheduled for completion by late September 2021.
All right, well, there you go. A little bit of a closer look for those of you. Obviously, we can't be at the site right now, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a preview. If you missed any of that video, I know someone's internet connections, your internet connection might not be very good, so the video might not have, might have lagged a little bit. So we'll have that on our YouTube channel as well, and we'll have that for everyone to view. Now it is my pleasure to get our ball rolling here and to introduce the chairman of the JTA Board of Directors, Mr. Kevin Holzendorf, to say a few words with us this morning. Good morning, Mr. Holzendorf.
Good morning, and thank you, David, for that introduction, and welcome everyone. On behalf of the JTA Board of Directors, it is my honor to welcome you to our virtual groundbreaking to celebrate the start of this new project. Thank you, President Cost and Councilmember Morgan, for also being with us today. Congratulations on all the great work being done to improve the Arlington area. I love that Jacksonville Transportation Authority gets to work on these big and impactful road projects. You can see from that video David showed you, the roundabout will be unlike anything we've ever done in Jacksonville before. I can tell you from the board's perspective, the JTAMobilityWorks program is an important piece of our strategic planning and long-term mission of improving the quality of life for our community. Arlington has a special place in our city's history, and a lot of our customers in this area rely on the JTA to get to their destinations. I want to thank our CEO, Mr. Nat Ford, your executive leadership team, and the staff of the JTA for moving these projects along. I know a lot of people depend on us for their bus rides, but these roadway projects should get just as much attention. Each one helps improve the quality of life for our citizens, no matter how they choose to travel. In May, the JTA wrapped up a large improvement project along Kernan Boulevard, and as someone who uses this every day, it makes me very proud to know that the JTA and our partners at the city and FDOT make that possible. It's another way in which we touch so many facets of everyday life here in Jacksonville. Some of that goes unnoticed, some of it is more present, but altogether, our projects and different services make a huge difference in the lives of our citizens. The JTA is responsible for a nearly $200 million economic impact to our community each year. And it's because of projects like this, and of course, our transportation network. Mr. Ford, congratulations again on enhancing our city with these projects. And to our friends on the Jacksonville City Council, like Ms. Joyce Morgan, for helping us push these initiatives forward. I'm very excited to see the final product and to see how the continued growth and resurgence of one of Jacksonville's oldest neighborhoods. So without further ado, please welcome our CEO and true visionary, Mr. Nat Ford.
Well, thank you, Chairman Holzendorf, and welcome to everyone. I'm Nat Ford, CEO of the JTA, and it's an honor to welcome you to our first ever virtual groundbreaking. Just like we did for our Kernan Boulevard ribbon cutting a few months ago, we wanted to ensure everyone could celebrate this moment safely, which is why we're joining you today online and not in person. I hope that all of you are doing well, staying healthy, and getting through this very challenging time. And at the JTA, we're moving forward with our major projects and doing everything we can to keep our customers and employees safe. Thanks to our public affairs team and our system development division for making this possible. We are so happy that you could join us online to mark this occasion. I want to welcome and recognize our guest today, Council Member of District 1 in Arlington, Joyce Morgan, welcome. To Tim Cost, welcome, President of Jacksonville University. Our chairman, you heard from him, and our entire JTA Board of Directors, thank you for being here. And thank you to all of the JTA staff who are joining us on this ribbon cutting. I also would like to say thank you, a special thank you to John Pappas, the Director of Public Works for the City of Jacksonville. We would not be here without his support and collaboration. I also would like to recognize Jim Knight and Larry Parks from Florida DOT, along with District 2 Secretary Greg Evans. Again, this partnership, we would not be here if it wasn't for the coordination and cooperation with the City of Jacksonville and the Florida Department of Transportation. And finally, let me also recognize Council Member Jacoby Pittman, who is attending. She's our council liaison, and we welcome her to the JTA and look forward to working with her over the next year. And we also have staff from Representative Al Lawson's office and Representative John Rutherford's office. So thank you for all of your support of the JTA and of Jacksonville. Now, this is one of the more unique projects in our JTAMobilityWorks program, and something that I believe will further the work that is being done by Councilmember Joyce Morgan and her colleagues. Along with President Costa and the JU family, this will help to beautify this historic neighborhood. Arlington is where a lot of people in Jacksonville grew up, a place that really represented the American dream for people, and I still believe that is true today. A lot of JTA customers live in Arlington. They ride our Route 50 or the Route 19, and so we are very proud to do our part in improving this neighborhood. I'm also happy that this is going to further beautify the entrance to JU University. Jacksonville University. I'm actually a graduate of the Executive MBA program at JU, and I love coming over to that campus any chance I get. And more often than not, every time that I'm over there, I see a new building going up. So congratulations, President Cost, on all that you do, you and your staff, to improve the Arlington area. Over the past few years, Council Member Morgan and her colleagues on City Council have been working very hard to improve this neighborhood through the Renew Arlington CRA and other activities. So thank you for the work you're doing on behalf of our citizens in this area, and for working with the JTA to get this particular project ready to begin. This $4 million roundabout will reshape this intersection at two of the major commercial corridors in Arlington, and it will create a safer experience for our drivers, our JTA passengers, pedestrians, and cyclists. So just like you heard in the video, this is the first roundabout of its kind, not just in Jacksonville, but in North America. Let me say that again, the first in North America being built in our city. There's a reason roundabouts are becoming more popular in the United States. They're clearly safer. They reduce the number of accidents and collisions, and they ease traffic congestion. Now, we build a lot of roads, sidewalks, and other infrastructure in partnership with the city and Florida DOT through our JTAMobilityWorks program. And these projects create jobs, they create economic opportunity, and they are making our streets safer and more accessible to everyone, no matter how you choose to move. I am so happy that the Jacksonville University and President Cost are involved with this work, and as we build something that will become a destination of sorts in Arlington. As you may know, a major part of this roundabout will include a piece of custom artwork that JU is commissioning as we speak. I think that element is going to be a beautiful complement to the public art efforts in our community, like the wonderful mural you see when you enter University Boulevard from the Arlington Expressway. Finally, I would like to recognize our System Development Division at the JTA and the Construction and Capital Programs Department, which is leading this effort. So let me take a moment to recognize Greer Gillis, our Vice President of System Development, Andy Rogers, the Assistant Vice President of Construction and Capital Programs, Jonathan Page, the Project Administrator, and the man with his boots on the ground, Will Wright, who is the Project Manager for the JTA. These leaders and their teams are second to none when it comes to completing projects on time, under budget, and most importantly, projects that enhance the overall quality of life for our friends and neighbors. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in person around this time next year when we break the ribbon and open up this new roundabout. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce the president of Jacksonville University and someone I consider a good colleague and a great friend, President Tim Cost.
Very good. Thank you, Nat. I appreciate that kind introduction and the great run through. Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Cost. I'm the one who is brave going out to the site. So I think it might be appropriate if I stay just on audio for a few minutes. I'm out at the location right now where we're going to do this. This roundabout project is one of the most exciting things we have going on at Jacksonville University. I want to thank Nat Ford, a personal friend and a great friend of this university, not only for his vision, but his tenacity. JTA under Nat's leadership stands for leadership and innovation and safety. My thanks and congratulations to their chairman of the board, Kevin Holzendorf. I'm glad to hear from Kevin this morning. Councilmember Joyce Morgan has been a great friend of this university for all my 8 years here as president. Thanks to Joyce for her help. But to stand out here at this location and know that, within a year or so, with the help of everyone who's on this right now, especially Nat and his team, Margaret Dees on our side, Chris Sapienza, our provost, who's built out the Health Sciences Center right up the road here, the Student Health Center, Dolphin Point Landing for treating COVID patients. The whole concept around Renew Arlington is now starting to come to fruition that many of us have been working on for years. The cooperation of so many people, including the folks related to the CRA that have been helping out in the Arlington area. Jacksonville University has been on this exact location since 1950. We're in our 70th year here in Arlington. We started in 1934 downtown and over in Riverside. And we like to think of ourselves not just of being in Arlington, but being of Arlington. And the idea that folks like council leadership, Tommy Hazuri, who's now recovering, and he has all of our wishes and prayers as a graduate of here in 1966. And now to bring the type of innovation Nat Ford was just talking about. For those of us who've had the benefit to travel a lot in Europe, this kind of innovation is really tremendous. It's safe, it's clean, the lines of sight are clear. It's going to be a great asset for our student body. The incoming class here at Jacksonville is very, very exciting. We're going to be open and ready to go, assuming it's safe to do so, on August the 17th. And we'll be bringing in students from around the country and around the world. More than 40 states and more than 20 foreign countries will be coming onto our campus. And over the course of the next several years, they'll be able to benefit from what this Turbo Roundabout represents. So my personal thanks to Nat Ford, Joyce Morgan, all of the city council, Chairman Holzendorf. Know that Jacksonville University is excited to be a neighbor here in Arlington. We're digging in. We're going to continue to invest. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. And it's exciting out here right at this intersection right now. So I'll sign off. Thank you all. Back to you.
Thank you, President Cost. And now I would like to introduce our council member for District 1, Ms. Joyce Morgan. Good morning.
And good morning to each one of you. And what a magnificent day this is. We have been looking for this for more than 4 years. This has been in the works, and really even before that. But for me, it's been in the works. 2015, when I first came into office, we looked at this project. I see John Pappas with Public Works, who has been our partner. I've always talked about partnerships here in Arlington. This is one of the best partnerships that we have because, quite frankly, I have to say, this is not CRA money doing this project. So thank you, JTA. Thank you, Nat Ford. Thank you, Kevin Holzendorf, for that. Seeing the vision, seeing what it meant to all of us here in District 1 to have this, seeing what JU is doing in our district. JU has made a significant impact in our CRA, and this roundabout is just one more example of what this partnership means, even with the church, with CVS, with JU, with DOT. All of us have been working really hard to put this together, and to see this day come when we actually do a virtual groundbreaking, that's new. That is really new. But It's magnificent. It's wonderful. I did pass the intersection this morning as I was working out, and every day I see something new in this district. This district is not only the CRA, but we have things happening at Regency, in Woodland Acres, on Arlington Road, at Norman Studios, at all of our parks. So this is a wonderful time to be in Arlington. I am glad and so proud and so humbled to be the leader of District 1. Again, I just want to say thank you to each one of you. And I also want to say thank you to JTA for listening. One of the things that our residents wanted was to be able to move about through this intersection, even during construction. Thank you for making that happen. Thank you, John Pappas, for working with JTA on this to make sure that we had this for the residents. So again, congratulations to each one of us that's here, to all of our residents who will see the beauty of this, who will see what SEPTAD really means at an intersection for safety. So thank you all for that. We do appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilwoman Morgan. We appreciate those words. And I know for me as well, I'm a JU alumni, so I'm excited to see this project come to fruition as well. Now, for our panelists, again, today is a little different. Normally, this would be the time where we'd all shuffle out to a sandbox and we'd all set up with our golden shovels. Today, we've got smaller shovels and a smaller sand pit. So if you have it in front of you, what we're going to do is we're going to get everybody to lift up their shovels a little bit, just like this. And then on the count of three, what we'll do is we'll take a screenshot here from our studios at JTA. And then we'll do another 3, 2, 1, and we can all dump the sand. So if everybody's ready, 3, 2, 1, hold up your sand, smile. All right. And then now 3, 2, 1, let's dump it. There we go. Congratulations, everybody. And I think some of you may have some streamers as well. I know there we go. I know we had those before we had the shovels. So congratulations, everybody, on another groundbreaking ceremony here today for another JTAMobilityWorks project. Now, before we go today, I want to remind everybody, we have a few more of these virtual events coming up. The next pair of events will be to celebrate the grand opening and the expansion of our Express Select services, both in St. Johns and Baker counties. This is a true regional service for our commuters, and it provides a real premium service for those folks who commute from St. Johns and Baker counties. We've also relaunched our Nassau Express Select as well. The Baker County Express Select virtual ribbon cutting will take place online Tuesday, August 4th at 10 a.m. And then a few days later, on Thursday, August 6th at 10 a.m., we'll do the same thing to celebrate the St. John's Express Select. You can find out more of those services, which actually launched on July 6th, on JTAFLA.com. Again, we appreciate all of our panelists for being here with us this morning and celebrating this important milestone as we get prepared to build something better for Arlington. To our media members who may be on the call, please reach out to me directly through email or phone if you have any follow-up questions. I'll be happy to help you with that today. Please look out for the invites for the other virtual ribbon cutting ceremonies coming in your email and in the mail shortly. On behalf of everybody at the Jackson Transportation Authority, I'm David Cawden.